Howdy, y'all. It's Reese, aka Bearman Prime, on this July 24th. Welcome back to my Read the Bible in a Year series. Thank you again for joining me. God bless you all. Card the top right hand corner for the rest of the playlist. And please hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Sure do appreciate it. So, yesterday we saw an important moment in the earthly ministry of Jesus. We saw the transfiguration on the mountain, where he goes up on a mountain with three of his closest apostles, Peter, John, and James. And at that moment, he is transfigured or transformed for just a brief moment into his full glory, where his actual glory as the Son of God, as one of the Trinity, could be seen. And we see Moses and Elijah come down and talk with him for a little while before they return, and then Jesus returns back to his more earthly self. Okay, so we're going to continue on, and we're going to see a little bit of more practical advice and practical stuff that Jesus teaches us. So we're going to start in Matthew 17 today, and start in verse 24. Jesus and his followers went to Capernaum. There the men who collect the 2 drachma temple tax came to Peter and asked, "Does your teacher pay the temple tax?" Peter answered, "Yes, he does." Peter went into the house where Jesus was. Before Peter could speak, Jesus said to him, "The kings on the earth get different kinds of taxes from people. But who are those who pay the taxes? Are they the king's children? Or do other people pay the taxes? What do you think?" Peter answered, "The other people pay the taxes." Jesus answered, "Then the children of the king don't have to pay taxes. But we don't want to upset these tax collectors. So do this. Go to the lake and fish. After you catch the first fish, open its mouth. Inside its mouth you will find a 4 drachma coin. Take that coin and give it to the tax collectors. That will pay the tax for you and me." Chapter 18, verse 1. About that time the followers came to Jesus and asked, "Who is the greatest in God's kingdom?" Jesus called a little child to come to him. He stood the child in front of the followers. Then he said, "Truth is, you must change your thinking and become like little children. If you don't do this, you will never enter God's kingdom. The greatest person in God's kingdom is the one who makes himself humble like this child. Whoever accepts a little child like this in my name is accepting me." Verse 6. If one of these little children believes in me, and someone causes that child to sin, it will be very bad for that person. It would be better for them to have a millstone tied around their neck and be drowned in the deep sea. All right, so that's where we're going to stop for today. So first, the practical advice about paying taxes, right? So he challenges Peter with a question that, the kingdom, in this case, the Roman government, gets taxes from a lot of different sources, a lot of different people. But then he asks Peter, who pays those taxes? Do the king's children pay taxes, or do other people? And Peter answered, other people, right? Because it doesn't make sense for the children of the ruler to pay taxes, right? They get to enjoy the benefits. And that's more or less what Jesus is getting at here, is that, as children of the king, which he's referring to himself there and his followers, they shouldn't have to pay this temple tax. But in fairness, he doesn't want to upset the tax collectors and have them come down on him and, just cause a scene. So he tells people to go get a fish, and there will be a coin in the fish, and that will pay the tax. Okay, just to not upset anyone. Okay. All right, then after that, the followers ask a somewhat simple but also kind of a complicated question: who is the greatest in God's kingdom? Okay. Now, again, these guys are still thinking in earthly terms. They're still thinking in like a hierarchical sense. Who's going to be, like the second in command? Who's going to, have power over this group or whatever? And Jesus answers in a very odd way to them, probably. He tells them that you have to change your thinking. And in other translations, what he's saying is that you need to have faith like little children. Okay? And what is the faith of a child? It's simple. Okay? They just believe. They are not concerned with, hierarchies or positions or rituals or this or that. They just believe. It's like believing in Santa Claus. They don't understand. They just believe. It's Santa, right? Same thing here. That they must humble themselves and just keep it so simple. Keep their faith so simple as that, hey, believe. That's it. Don't worry about anything else. And then after that, he talks about the causes of sin and how bad it's going to be for those who cause others to sin. And he acknowledges that these things have to happen. Okay? It's just going to happen. But it's still going to be bad for those who cause it to happen, right? God uses everyone for our good, for his purposes, for his glory, right? And same with sinners, okay? Even those who are non-believers, God can use them, use you for whatever way he wants. All right, well, that's all for today. We'll pick it up there tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me. I sure do appreciate it. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.